Hey, how's it going, everybody? Finally got another pickups video for you guys. A few more Star Wars things and some other stuff that I found at the Goodwill in my local swap meet. So anyways, gonna start just showing you guys stuff randomly here. On video games, this is the first one I have found out in the wild in a while. Otherwise, they've pretty much been coming from stores. But guy at the swap meet just had a handful of 360 games for $5 a piece. So picked up Lollipop Chainsaw. Not a bad game. This is definitely a fun one. I've beaten it on easy, so now I'm trying it on one of the harder skills, and definitely fun, man. Throws a lot of zombies at you and stuff, and it's blood, guts, and gore, so pretty damn cool. And on the first Star Wars thing that I found, same thing, guy had a handful of them, swap meet. All Star Wars toys from Episode 1, and they're the larger ones. Anyways, got a boxed R2 A6. This box here. Box is in good shape. Here's R2 A6. Very similar to my vintage 70s toy of R2, where they got the chromed out head. Other than that, this guy's got a lot more detail. The head does rotate, it just doesn't make that clicking sound like the 70s toy. The legs pretty much just move back so you can have them in his rolling mode, and what's cool, they got the third leg, it drops down. All the feet are articulated and have wheels, nicer wheels that are more hidden, so they practically look flat to the ground when he's rolling. Just really nice. This guy, I don't like to lowball him unless it's just an insane high price. He threw $10 at me. I was like, hey man, it's in the box, never been opened, so cool enough. I looked it up. It's worth about twice what I paid for it, at the most, around 20 bucks. Maybe a little more if you're a greedy bastard. Otherwise, not the most valuable Star Wars toy, but cool. So, that's all the swap meet finds. Lately, man, it's been abysmal. I was surprised to find anything there. It's been the same people every time I've been there lately. The same damn stuff. Let's see, I'll show you guys the Goodwill things I found. This thing that I'm going to show you, I'm going to say I spent like 50 cents on them because I got them with some other stuff, and my Goodwill's one of those types where you go through the bins and then they just weigh it and throw a price at you. So, got them for cheap. Anyways, found a farting Stimpy plush to go with my farting Ren doll. I don't know if you call this guy plush or not. I don't know, whatever. Farting Stimpy doll. Anyways, like the Ren one, he only does SBDs. And this guy took a knife to him and cut out some of the stitching in his tongue, because that's where the noisemaker part is for the whoopee cushion. It was totally dry rotted, which I want to say it's the type of rubber they used to make that part. It's almost like slingshot tubing that's been thinned out, or like the fake worms that you get for fishing, that just real squishy rubber that sticks to itself real easy. That's basically what had happened. It was totally flat and just stuck together, literally glued itself. So I was able to tear that out. I'm going to see if I can fix them, because the nozzle sticks out far enough to where if I take out some more stitching, I might be able to peel some of this back and then just get another novelty whoopee cushion, cut that part off, and glue it back onto him. And hopefully he will fart once more. It was pretty cool. After cleaning him up, he's in good shape. Now this guy I haven't cleaned up yet. It's going to take a little bit more work, but otherwise he's in good shape. I already had one of these, but I wasn't going to pass up another because I already knew it was from the 80s. Anyways, found a vintage stuffed elf. This guy's from, let's see, where's the date? 86. So pretty cool. He's just matted up a bit, but I'm figuring I can go over him with my little Bissell steam cleaner and get him all back to normal again. And if you do that, he looks like Trump's brother, which is pretty fucking awesome. So I'm sure Trump eats cats too. Yeah. So, Goodwill finds. Not much of the Goodwill lately either, man. That place is, I keep saying it, it's getting worse. This last time I went, I literally saw people sitting in their fucking cars on the street next to the Goodwill waiting for them to haul in Benz's stuff. All these friggin' hoarders. And we got a lot of them in this town. And it's like as soon as that stuff gets in the store, boom, they're in there, just standing there, teething impatiently, waiting to go through all that crap, which most of it's broken. So I guess we got a lot of bored people here too. Okay. I'll show you this guy first because he's smaller. This guy I just picked up today at Kmart. That was the only store in town that had him. Man, this is one of those things I wasn't planning on getting any more of these yet because I'm trying to find room for my others, but I was really impressed on the detail on this guy. Anyways, this is $20 at Kmart. This is one of Jakks, I believe, 18-inch toys of Poe Dameron. Show them to you in the box, otherwise I got them all loose. And it just says Star Wars. Shows Kylo Ren there, so you know it's Force Awakens, but it doesn't say Force Awakens under Star Wars, which is weird. It shows them on the back, and on other toys it shows First Order Stormtrooper, Kylo Ren, Captain Phasma, and then Poe. Not showing anybody else. Otherwise, decent looking box. Really impressed with the detail for something from Jakks. He did an awesome job on this guy. And his belts here, whatever they're for, bendable rubber, so they just kind of hang. And the buckles there, they're snapped on, but they're not meant to be taken off, otherwise it is like a snap that's on a buckle. Let's see. Same type of rubber for the main belt there. It's just more hardened than this stuff. What I thought was really cool, he comes with his blaster. Which, yeah, cool that he comes with a blaster, but the detail on it's a little abysmal. It's just one color, and then they've kind of stippled over it in black to kind of make it look battle damaged. But what's nice, it has a sheath for it. Otherwise, only does it fit tight. In fact, I gotta use 2 hands for this. Fits very nicely into his hand. The other hand gives you the impression like he can hold it. I put the blaster in there. It's a lot looser, so they just made out like he's getting ready to point. Otherwise, it does look good. Man, what really got me on this thing, I'm picking him up. The detail on the helmet is just friggin' awesome. None of that's decal, man. It's all painted on. It's really nice. They did a good job on the clear part of the visor, too. It just looks really nice. And his face looks good. It does have articulation in the head, arms, wrists, and legs. So definitely worth 20 bucks. Don't know if they'll make one of the larger toys of them, but cool enough. Now, before I show you the larger toy there, speaking of very large toys, and I thought these were just exclusive for Toys R Us. The only person I've seen showing one in a video, which, was Gamester81, his Star Wars site for YouTube. He was showing a giant stormtrooper that he got at Toys R Us for $100. And I forgot what size he said it was, because they looked like they were a little bit off on the size between the two, like maybe an inch or so. Otherwise, big enough. But they had 48-inch tall Darth Vader, and then they had the Stormtrooper at my local Walmart, both for $100. And man, they are badass. They're more like something you just stand in a corner. So the only thing that I didn't quite like, which I can understand why they do it, was the lightsaber is really, really molded into the hand. But I didn't check on screws or anything on how the hand's put together. But the blade for it is clear plastic. And if there's screws there holding that hand together, I don't see how somebody could get just a small flashlight and stick it inside the handle of that thing and have that blade light up. I think that would be a really simple mod. Otherwise, really friggin' cool. There was a kid that walked by me that looked like he was maybe 7 or 8. He was standing eye to eye with the thing, so pretty fucking cool. And also, both of them have a whole bunch of sound effects. They're set up with a motion sensor, so everybody was walking by was making them go off, so I can't count how many sound effects that they had because it was just too much. But seemed to be quite a few for the Vader. I don't think it's many for the Stormtrooper because I think that guy's just got the one button, so just good guy sound effects. But Vader, they did it to where he could be either your friend or foe, so there's 2 buttons for different voice patterns and stuff, and then sounds of him breathing, so you can do your voice recordings on your phone, and then the sounds of his lightsaber igniting and whatnot. Definitely worth $100, man. If I had $100 bill on me, I would have been walking out with one today. Just too freaking cool. Hang him from the fucking ceiling, man, upside down. Don't know. It's too cool. So, speaking of cool, because I really like this guy, picked this dude up at Kmart for, let's say, $35. Got the 31-inch Kylo Ren. Not as much articulation as the smaller one I have. That's the 18-inch, like Poe. This guy's legs are stiff, but what they did was make it to where his torso moves here, and then the arms, and the wrists, and then the head. But all the material they used for his cape and everything looks really good. Nice detail. And really nice detail on his lightsaber, which, like the other giant ones, it's literally glued into the hand, but really good detail on it. And I like how they did the blades. These are removable. I had to put them on. So if you want to have it to where no blades, I'll show you here. They just fit in via pegs, so you can have them just holding the hilt. And one person was saying that the ones on his fit in a little loose. That could be after taking them in and out or having kids play with it in the store, but these seem to fit in fairly tight. If you absolutely had to, easy enough to glue in if you want to keep it permanent like this. Otherwise, pretty damn cool. So, that is all my pickups for this vid, man. I just took a while showing any this stuff that I've found, man, because it's just taken a while to get it all built up here. It's just been pretty abysmal for yard sales and whatnot. I got out this last Saturday on yard sales, and there was a lot of them, but man, just nothing good. I think we got a lot of pickers in town that are going through and just grabbing anything that's good. Furniture, video games, toys, whatever, and just buying it up at the opening of the yard sale, and then we're getting whatever's left. Because it felt like they'd been picked through really good, and I got up early enough, so don't know. Otherwise, I could say, man, this is the only game I've found in a while at some place other than my buddy's video game store or Walmart or whatever. So, don't know when I'll have another vid. Hopefully it'll be a little bit sooner. Catch you guys later.